Was there both 4 boys and 4 girls in each family?
Yeah, he said same amount. 4 boys, 4 girls, right?
Yeah.
What's your mom's name?
Ellen.
Ella?
L-A, Ella.
Ella?
Ella.
Ella.
Sarah Ella.
Sarah Ella
Yeah.
Pickinpaugh.
No.
What's her maiden name?
Fowler.
Fowler? Do you ever holler, hey Ella? Or hey mom?
Huh?
What'd you holler when you wanted her? Hey mom or hey Ella?
A little farm, or a good big farm, near Unionville, Missouri. And we lived on that farm for some time. Then we moved to a little town named Hartford, Missouri. There's where I got my first schooling, in Hartford, Missouri. We lived there for a few years.
How far did you go in school?
How
far did you go in school?
Well, we moved from there to another farm, and the Finchmer School, that's Pickering Schoolhouse. We went to the 8th grade. What we call 8th grade here.
Yeah.
We called it the reader. We went by geography. When you got the A up in the A geography, A arithmetic, you graduated. You would get a permit to teach school when you got through the 8th grade.
Then what'd you do?
Did you go to work then or?
Then we moved from there to Livona, where the folks resided until they died. At 15, my brother was working in Iowa. He came home for the 4th of July, and I went back to work when I was 15 up in the highway.
Newton?
Near Henderson, Iowa.
Oh, near Henderson.
I worked there that year and went back home for the winter, went back in the summer, and worked another year out there. Then I went back and worked the next year for my brother-in-law down in Missouri. Until July, I went to South Dakota for the harvest field. I worked out there through the harvest, went back, got a call the next spring to go back and go to work again. So I worked out there that year. And I don't know then. Back and went down to Randolph Highway. Worked for a farmer down there in 1917. There I had to register for the draft at Hamburg, Missouri. Went back to Henderson, stayed there until about April, I believe it was. Went to Camp Dodge. Was there for probably a couple of months and was shipped to Camp Houston, Texas. Was there a month or so. Sent from there to Camp Upper in Texas. From there we shipped across to New Jersey. There We was there for a while. We was outfitted, put on the Crown Prince Cecilia, a German ship that they had taken over when the war broke out. Crown Prince Cecilia and the fatherland were both in the New York Harbor when war broke out. The United States took them over, made troop ships out of them. So we shipped to Brest, and there we shipped into the war zone. We stayed there until the war was over with, and we went to.
Yeah, but now tell me about the Argonne Forest, where you fought there at.
Oh, we first went to Lake Somme. We were there. St. Mihiel. And the Forges Woods. Argonne Forest. Back down in front of Metz. That's where we was at when the arms was assigned.
Didn't you say you crawled through that big gun, the Big Bertha? Didn't you say you crawled through that gun, the Big Bertha?
Did you say you crawled in that Big Bertha, that,
Oh yeah,
that gun on the
Yeah.
train?
yeah,
Crawled down in the barrel and got your picture took or something?
yeah. Crawled in the barrel of it, yeah. There's only 2 flat cars.
That was a big baby, wasn't it?
Oh God, yeah.
Well, them Big Berthas are generally pretty big.
I don't remember the length. It may be like something like 18, 20 feet long. The barrel of that.
That's when you got to ride that big Ferris wheel over there too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was the biggest in the world at that time, wasn't it?
yeah. Went to Paris. And went through all the things over there that got up on the Ferris wheel. And seats damn near big as boxcar.
Yeah, I saw pictures of it. Almost as big as a 40-8 boxcar.
Yeah. Let's see, I come back to the Army in 1918. I worked in a garage for a while in Henderson. Then I went to driving a truck. Big old overnighter truck. Solid tires. Used to haul stock. Stuff on the whole stockyard. Sometimes make 2 trips a night. Rain, slick tires, chains on, all dirt roads. And then I went to, truck was over, worked on the farm for the same outfit. So then, April. Then I was dating Laura at that time, and Jim Carlson was going with Jenny. So we went out to see Laura one night, and on our way back we was riding that same car. got back to our room we had there in Henderson. Jim stopped to go in to get something in the house. And I said to Jenny, could I come out and see you some night? And she said, I wish you would. So I said, how about tomorrow night? So I was out there. So then on we dated until long in April. And we decided to get married. On Jenny then was 18. So we got ready to go to get married. Laura, Rhoda, and her mother went with us. It was too late to go to Perpetua. So Jenny and her mother stayed at her uncle. And Laura and Rhoda stayed at the Goodrich Hotel. I stayed at the Arcade. Got up the next morning, left the car in the garage. We took streetcar to Perpetua. The old man, judge, married more people than anybody, I guess, claimed that. So we got married. On our way back, we had dinner at the hotel. Jenny's mother and father was running the hotel. So we skipped out after that, went to Henderson. Stayed all night down to Floyd Tibble's. So we stayed there for a while off and on. She stayed up home for a while. And down there I was working on the farm out there. So Clyde Edson, he came out to farm and hired me to go to work for him, furnished me a house and a cow and stuff. So we worked there for a year. Next year I opened up a garage in Henderson and I worked it till 9 o'clock. Then I drive a school bus for the kids to school and back. Then I worked in the garage till time to pick up the kids again. So I worked there the rest of the fall. And then the guy that run the 8th Street garage, Ray Hoss, he called me and wanted to go to work for him. So we loaded up and moved to up the town out of here. Anyhow, we moved to Omaha, or Bluff. And we lived at Maniwal. That's where I moved to. So we lived there for about a year. And the garage broke up, and I was out of work again. So I went to work for the Sprague Tire Company. I worked for them for about 3 years. Then they opened up a new place in Council Bluff. And the boss come to me, the 2 guys that was working there went on a strike. And they were going to quit, so he come to me and said, you live in the Bluffs, don't you? And I said, yeah. He said, I'll give you $5 raise. And if you go to left road work, I said, fine dandy. So I went over there and them guys decided they'd stay. So back to Omaha I went again. Got back and he says, what are you doing here? I said, why they decided to stay? He says, I decided I wasn't going to. So he said, you go back over there. So I and another guy run that for about 4 years. It finally changed hands. And I went to work then for the Lineberger Tower Company. I worked there, I believe it was 5 years. Finally changed jobs, went to Dee Pickinpaugh Company. Worked for them, worked there about 4 years. 1919. 1920. 1920 he was born. And Rain was born in 22.
21.
Yeah.
21
21, yeah.
in October.
21, yeah. 13 months difference
Yeah.
between them and Rain. And Dorothy was born in Manawa. And I don't know what year, I guess.
It was about 1923, I think.
20.
About,
20,
about 23?
about 23, I think, yeah. Well, anyhow, we had 4 boys and 4 girls. And then we went to, in 36, we went down to Arkansas. Go and buy some of that cheap land down there. Got down there, nothing but rock, jack oak sprouts. So we come back over Bear Creek Spring. Run into an old man over there, and he said, Sonny, where are you from? I said, Nebraska. He said, you know what I do? I go back to Nebraska. He said, we haven't got enough money to get out here. So we went back to Nebraska. And no job, so I went to work for the WPA as a jackhammer operator. Where they putting through that new paving from the bridge to 24th on L Street. We put that paving, we put a big sewer down through there, and that job ran out. So we had a hard time then. For a while, run out of job. We lived on beans and tomatoes from one payday to another. About $18 worth of groceries one night. Put them in a car and somebody stole them all. So I worked around for the deep rock there in the garage. So finally the city called me, wanted me to go to work for them. So I worked for them for about 25 years till I retired. I retired in 1957. And it's now 1989. And in 1960, Jenny died on March the 8th, I believe it was,
Yeah.
1960. Then later I got married again with Laura Rose and moved to Carson Highway.
You had surgery in between there. You had surgery in between there.
Yeah, in 1962. 1962, I had a cancer operation. Oh, they have them. And I was laid up for a long time. Finally got back to health back again. And we lived in Carson about 20 years. And Laura died.
You had a kidney removed too, though. You had a kidney operation too.
Yeah. I had a kidney operation, one kidney, I've lost one kidney. So after Laura died, I lived myself in the trailer for about 3 or 4 years. And finally closed the place up, sold it, and moved in with my daughter, and daughter, son-in-law Brooks, Bob Brooks. So I've been here almost 2 years. Happy as can be.
Well, we're glad of that.
So I guess that about takes most of it.